So how hard is it going to be to build this 3,200 piece G-scale model of a Union Pacific big boy? Let's find out, shall we? So before we start on this huge model, let's rewind 2 years to when this first arrived. Right, so here's the package, all the way from China, a company called LesDiy, which I'll explain more about later. So originally this package was going to take about 30 days to arrive, 15 days to pack it all and find all the bits, another 15 days for it to arrive. It actually arrived in 2 weeks, so much quicker, so it's pretty good. As you can probably see, it's really well packaged. It's quite a weight. So let's open this thing up and let's have a look at it.
And you're on.
Right. So we'll carefully unbox this thing. Well, so let's carefully open this up. Well, sellotape, let's have a look inside. There we go. Right, and there we have, oh, we got it all off. So there, lovely, not a plain box, fantastic artwork on the outside, I have to say. All the electronic parts that are on the side, we've got on the side, the diagram of the big boy, where it's come from. Nothing's in it. Oh yeah, it's on the bottom. And you can see nearly 1 metre long, and this thing weighs probably the best part of 3 kilograms, this thing at least. Right, let's turn that around. Right, so let's have a quick look at exactly what's in this box. So let's carefully open this up. Okay, let's have a see what we've got in this box, shall we?
Okay, let's see what this is all about, because I've heard lots of talk about it. Oh my goodness.
It's a train.
I should have guessed it was a train.
3,200 pieces for this. It's going to take me about 3 months to do.
Or more.
3 months. It'll take about 6 hours to sort it out as well. Now,
Good luck. Where are you going to put it is the next question.
It has a home. Not only is it going to sit in the summer house,
okay.
but it's also going to run in the garden.
Oh.
So we've got the Lego track from years ago. We're going to UV treat the Lego track, and this is going to run on it outside. That's the plan.
Has it got a motor in it then?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And a remote control somewhere in there. Somewhere, don't know where, but it's in there somewhere. But look at the bag! Get a bag! You're not with the bag, are you?
Not really, no.
You just buy one from the shop.
Yeah.
Listen. So, right.
Wow.
Honestly.
We've got, I don't know what that is. What is
Is
that?
that the
One of the things.
What is that?
it looks like a pair of pliers.
Pair of pliers and, don't know.
Well, that's going to help you
Got a
build.
building kit. Hey, that's quite cool. Oh, I see. Look, it's got all the sizes on it. Oh no, that's really cool. So all the different sizes, the different lengths of all the. That is really good. I'm impressed with that. Right, so that's good, like that. Oh, there's the Union Pacific stickers.
Yep.
And then we've got an awful lot of parts.
Is that the motor?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's going to take you a while, Mike.
That Oh my word!
Oh, don't get this until.
This is
Oh my
all
word.
of this.
And that's all in one go. Okay.
That's everything is in there. Now we've got a Q code.
QR code,
I'm not
yeah.
quite sure what that's for. Now somewhere, and I can't see it at the moment, which is a bit worrying. Should be a USB stick with the instructions.
It might
And
be
I'll
inside
be
there.
honest. I can't see the USB stick with the instructions.
Oh,
Unless
it's in there somewhere.
could be in there somewhere. Well, I don't
They're
think.
on the back.
So you need to know before you can complain, if you say.
Well, I don't really. So we've got a massive bag of bits. That is an all.
It could be in there.
It might.
Right. Well, had a quick look around this box. Couldn't find the USB stick, which I've seen in other videos from LesDiy and another manufacturer that you can get this model from. That's normally on a USB stick. In actual fact, where this is concerned, it isn't. It's that. It's actually a QR code that we've actually discovered will take you to an online PDF file. So if you get that, if you ever get this from, I can only say from LesDiy, if you're looking for the USB stick and it's not there, whatever you do, don't lose that. If that's in the box, that's your link to the PDF file, which has the instructions on it. So that's good. So that's quite cool. That's quite an unusual way of doing things, I have to say. So, as I say, we'll come back to this later because this 3,200 pieces is going to take a while to sort out. And I'm not too sure yet how I'm going to do it. So come back later. Now, as you might know, Lego don't do a Union Pacific big boy model. So where was it I found this from? Let's have a look. So who are LesDiy? Well, LesDiy are a Chinese company that make Lego kits from MOC designs from sites like Rebrickable. And they do all sorts of Lego kits, from trains to starships to castles, all sorts of things. And obviously the one I've chosen here is a huge model of a Union Pacific big boy. Now, at the time I've recorded this, its current price is $219. I think I bought it 2 years ago for around kind of the same price. The price hasn't really changed very much. Now, the good thing about this is that this company doesn't just take designs from Rebrickable and make money out of them and there's no kickback for the people who designed them in the first place. That's not what they do. They actually take these designs, and for every sale they make, a commission is paid to the original designer. Now in this particular case, this loco was designed by someone called MorningStrummer on Rebrickable. So he's going to get a kickback from the fact that I've bought this model from LesDiy. Now obviously they're not genuine Lego parts, but you know they do the job. So, or at least that's what I've been told, and that's what we're going to find out. There are also aftermarket parts you can buy for this loco. The rods can be replaced with more realistic rods. The drivers, again, can be replaced with more realistic drivers. The stickers that are provided with the loco, they can be replaced with more realistic ones. I've seen one model that's actually had DCC fitted to it and a steam module fitted to it. You can do all sorts of things with aftermarket stuff with this. Anyway, I digress, as I normally do. So, you do get instructions, although you've got to download them on a PDF. The instructions that are provided by LesDiy are really, really good. However, What they don't go into detail about is putting in all the electronics, because obviously this is a working model, it's not a static model. So what I did, and I'll just bring it up if I can find it, there we go. So the actual file you get is this one. So I'll just bring it up and I'll show you. It brings it up, there we go. So this is the instructions that you'll get if you download them from the QR code that you're provided. And it goes into loads and loads and loads and loads of steps. I think there are, let's take it all the way down to the bottom, there's 242 pages and 897 steps. So there you go. So, but in all those steps, it doesn't really go into an awful lot of detail about how to put all the electronics into it. So what I did, I actually went to the source. I went to MorningStrummer's page on Rebrickable, and I've actually got the PDF instructions here. Now yes, that means paying out another €20, but believe me, it's worth it, because at least I hope it's worth it. Like I say, I've not built this thing yet. Oh, here's a picture, there we go. Those are with the aftermarket drivers and rods. As you can see, it looks a lot better with those in place than the Lego Technia bricks. Anyway, sorry, I digress again. So I'll just minimise that down and get that out of the way. So these are the files that you'll get when you buy them off MorningStrummer, these PDF files, and there's lots of them. Now this one is the one that has a lot of the detail in it, so it helps you make up the the hoses to the right length, some information about how to do the electronics, but then the main thing is that in the tender is where the battery box goes. Now that is not described in LesDiy about where that goes. The other thing that it does, if I come down to the main locomotive, is it actually goes into how the motors are actually put into place. But not only that, it then goes down, if I come down a little bit further into these instructions, as you can see, it actually describes how the wiring should be threaded through the locomotive. And if I keep going down somewhere further, there is another bit. Where is it? I've lost it. There we go. How to fit the lighting, because this model is lit as well. So all the wiring for the lighting is put in, how all the wiring goes together. So I'm actually going to be using both sets of instructions. Now, I've had a very, very quick look at both sets of instructions and a very quick look at the parts list in the PDFs, and they look almost identical. There are a few differences, and that might trip me up later in the build. But from what I can see, the parts that I've got should go together the same way as MorningStrummer intended. We won't know until we try, obviously. But I do recommend getting hold of the MorningStrummer instructions, because they do show the wiring a lot clearer than the LesDiy instructions do. Now, this is a working model, as I've just mentioned. It will run on standard Lego track. In fact, it will actually run on standard Lego curved track. Amazing, because this thing is nearly a metre long, or 3 feet. It will run better on third-party Lego track, which have a bigger radius. But I've got enough track here to build up a loop, which I'll put on my test track layout. So when we've actually built this, we will try and get it to run, and we'll see what happens. So, so where on earth am I going to start with this huge kit? Well, in my mind, I think the best thing to do is to start with the tender. I'll leave the main loco out of it for the time being, because that's going to be way complicated. So I'm going to go away, split off all the parts that will be used to build the tender, and then we'll come back again and I'll show you building it. And I'm going to set up 2 cameras, hopefully an overhead view and another camera going across the table, and hopefully that will show the build taking place and any problems I might come up with. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so since we last spoke, it is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It has been 5 hours since I started sorting the bricks out. Behind me, you can probably see a lot of cups. Those are all bricks that I've kind of tried to sort out into some kind of order. These are all the black framing bricks. This bowl here, what's in here is, all that's in here is the frame for the tender. Not the bodywork for the tender, nor the bogies. This is just the frame. Up to step 9. Take me 5. I have seriously underestimated the time this model's going to take to be built. At the start of this video, I said that I would probably split this up into parts, and I'm going to now. So I'm going to build the frame of the tender, and then in the second part we'll deal with the bodywork and the bogies for the tender, and then we'll move on to the locomotive. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this, but I've seriously underestimated the time. 5 hours just to sort out the parts, running up to just, step 9. Now probably moving on from there, because I've done all this, it's probably going to be a lot quicker anyway. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll get on with this, and I haven't found any, no missing pieces so far, which is excellent. So, wish me luck. So here we go, one tender frame. I've seriously miscalculated how long this project's going to take. Only 9 steps through so far. So in the next part, we'll carry on with the tender, get the body sides on, and hopefully the bogey's done. In the final part, we'll tackle the actual locomotive. So, join us again soon.